Big day, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Just pulled up to the parking lot of my gym. In 2 hours, I have to be at the hospital to meet with my jaw surgeon to talk about the next steps. I was anxious all night, could barely sleep, stressed out. I always get really scared and like just, you know, get a lot of crazy thoughts whenever I have to meet him because it basically is going to dictate the next couple of months. Are we going to do more surgeries or are we going to wait? Is there still a possibility after all to get bottom teeth installed? The last 3 surgeries were kind of a fiasco. Walked around with a hole in my chin the entire summer, plus leaking out. So I don't want to go to that scenario again. Since my meeting is at 11 a.m. and it's about a 1 hour drive, I would never have gone to the gym before, but I'm just doing this to practice stress relief. Just gonna do some deadlifts and just try to get rid of these nerves. Anything is better than sitting at home waiting to get to the appointments. Workout finished, very satisfied. Ended up pulling my personal record on a deadlift, 135 kgs. Obviously after that there was no more time left. I got about 1 hour and 10 minutes to get there, and Google is telling me that there's serious congestion on the way. So I'm gonna need every single minute of that. Definitely feeling a lot better, less anxious. Such a great way to release stress lifting weights. And now let's see what the doctor has to say. Back home, after talking to my surgeon, I'm gonna try to keep it as concise as I possibly can. There's a lot to go over though. So I want to start by saying that I asked my surgeon on his opinion of the outcome of the last 3 surgeries I had this past year, which I also documented on this channel. And he basically said they had not really done anything. Like, it was all for nothing. Yes, my overall shape is a lot better. Well, a little bit better. It's more symmetric, more full, but I lost a lot in terms of functionality. I'm drooling a lot more again, and I had to go through 3 months of extremely painful physiotherapy to be able to properly open up my mouth again. You know, I went back to only having 9 millimeters of mouth opening. So every day going to physio, laying down and having him literally just like pull open, wreck open my mouth, which caused many tears and a lot of suffering. But due to that, I got back to 24 millimeters of mouth opening. So all that being said, I asked my surgeon, so what's next? What are we doing next? And he basically told me that the only way that I would be able to make any real improvements is if I would be willing to sacrifice the back muscle of my shoulder. So we would be looking at, once again, harvesting a muscle from my body as we've harvested from my lower left leg, both of my forearms, my left oblique, which is this, my quads. So I don't really have any muscle left to be harvested. So that's why he said the only option we have left to really make a big improvement in terms of functionality and aesthetics would be to use your shoulder muscle. And I said I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I have worked so hard to build this body, to have a very aesthetically pleasing and powerful upper body. and I'm just not willing to give that up. And he literally told me, he said, well, you have to choose to, do you want to have a good looking upper body, or do you want to have a good looking face? And I just, at this point, I feel like my face is good enough. I don't want to make that sacrifice. And not just that, I don't want to go through the absolute gruesome process, the torturous process of having that surgery, done once again, suffer for months upon end. Last time I went through a surgery like that, I went into a full-blown psychosis due to the medically induced coma. I suffered a lot. I was in a lot of pain for up until a year, and it's just not worth it. Like, I feel like my face is quote unquote good enough, That does mean that probably I'm never going to be able to have bottom teeth again, but so be it. It's just not a price I'm willing to pay. And also, at this point, there's no acute reason to do that. I'm not leaking pus, there's nothing infected. I can still eat, I can still talk. And we might just need this as a backup. Like, you never know what unfortunate event might occur in the future. If I get into an accident, if somehow it breaks. And then, if it really comes to that, then I would like to have an actual plan B there, instead of just using it for aesthetic improvements. So that was heavy. That was a tough pill to swallow, but it's not all bad. There is one more thing left to explore, which is the possibility of having a so-called lipo filling, which is the exact opposite of a liposuction. So liposuction is very commonly known. They basically go into the places where they want to take away fat with a needle, and they suck out the fat, and voila, you are skinnier. You look better. With lipo filling, what they do is they take fat from an area where there is enough fat, and then they proceed to inject that in other areas of your body that are in need of extra tissue. So in my case, that would be my chin and my jaw. Now, the good part about that is that this fat also contains so-called stem cells, which possess the quality of regeneration. So they're actually able to regenerate more tissue over time if the procedure is carried out successfully. So in layman terms, this means that if they take this healthy fat from my belly, put it into my jaw, it'll make the skin, the tissue, and the overall muscle just healthier, stronger, and thicker, if it works, that is. Absolute worst case scenario, my body just kind of absorbs the fat and it goes away again. But there's no real imminent danger or risk of infection or anything like that. So I just look at it as, win-win. Worst case scenario, I look better and fuller and more aesthetically pleasing for about 6 months, and it goes away. And I can do it again, and just, again, look better. Best case scenario, it sticks. I look better and fuller for the long run. And who knows, if the tissue does in fact get healthier and stronger and better because of the stem cells that are inside the fat, who knows what's in the cards, So I do feel like that is definitely the superior option to pursue. What would you guys do though, if you were me? Would you be willing to sacrifice your delt, your shoulder muscle, to have a better looking face? Comment below. I would love to hear your opinions, your thoughts on that. I can imagine there's definitely some people out there that wouldn't give a damn about their other body and just would go all in on the face, as, it is maybe the most important part of our body, but I'm just not willing to do that. It defines me not only as a man, not only as a bodybuilder, it defines me as a being, as, this body, this meat vehicle, this shell to my soul has been cultivated carefully by myself over the years It is my tank, it is my rock, it is my very foundation, and I'm just not willing to sacrifice that to look a little bit better for society, you know. I'm fine with the way I look. Would I like to look better? Of course, but not at any price. And this price is just too steep for me to pay. So that's it, guys. Been a long day. Definitely got a million things going on in my mind right now and feeling quite cluttered. But once again, I just wanted to share this with you guys on my channel as the marathon continues, as the journey continues. Just want you guys to remember one thing. Things are never as bad as they may seem, you know. Like my surgeon today, after he gave me that news, after he basically told me that I did all that suffering for nothing, I was like, felt like I got hit with a hammer. But then, you know, we both started talking and brainstorming to what we could do, and then we ended up with the option of lipo filling. So there's always a way out. There's always a way to be creative and come up with other ideas, and all we can do is just make the best of it and keep pushing, keep trying every single day. Not every day is going to be a great day, not even close, but if you try to start off every day with the mindset of, I'm gonna try to make this day as good as I possibly can within reason, then you've done your job. That's it. You've got one job, and that is to keep trying. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying still. 10 years in this process. When they initially started with my original amputation, they told me I would be back to normal within a year. So 10 years down the line, and we're still the furthest thing from normal. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm still alive. I'm still autonomously moving. I don't have any tubes or wires coming out of my body, so I can't really complain. And I have you guys to show with. So that's it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Comment below what you think, and I'll be back soon, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. I love you all. Take care.